The core team behind the wildly popular RPG Wild Arms, a fantastic RPG series, has just finished up a successful Kickstarter allowing the spiritual successor to the Wild Arms RPG series to release. The new RPG title is called Armed Fantasia, and it doesn't just resemble Wild Arms. It is the series continuing on with the new name. Armed Fantasia takes what made Wild Arms so special, mixing the Old West with anime designs to create a captivating world and story that feels unique and all to its own. We got a lot to talk about with Wild Arms getting a spiritual successor, and with the team already deep into development prior to the Kickstarter, let's get going. My name is Nathan, I cover MMOs and RPGs, so please hit that like button like it owes you money, and subscribe for more. So Armed Fantasia, the spiritual successor to Wild Arms with the same core team, has smashed through their Kickstarter, and it is going to be an RPG that tells a dramatic story about a world hurtling towards destruction. You'll take up the role of a pathfinder and use the power of arms to survive the Western punk wilderness. The game takes place in the world of Londinium. After the main character loses a loved one, he takes to the road and the adventure begins. You'll meet other characters in your adventure and take part in turn-based combat. Turn-based combat, baby. Reminiscent of the classics, but with twists to keep you on your toes. You see, the battle system in Armed Fantasia will feature chain orders and disrupted force breaks to push back enemy turn orders, and it's being designed so that you are constantly strategizing. And as we all know, with thousands of battles in your typical RPG, Armed Fantasia is trying to keep things interesting with these mechanics. Armed Fantasia is going to feature a massive world map with on-land, sea, and air travel. All of this available throughout the RPG adventure. Each member of your party will have specific abilities that will play into dungeon puzzles and exploration, and with a large chunk of their studio and the development team made up of people who actually originally made Wild Arms, it makes a lot of sense. Using tools from different party members to solve puzzles and dungeons, and I just can't express how happy I am that they decided to go with turn-based combat. It's good! Turn-based combat's just good. It's fun. I think the core what made Wild Arms so unique and awesome as an RPG looks like it's all here for Armed Fantasia. The atmosphere fusing classic JRPG fantasy with Western cowboys in a world where technology is just beginning to take hold, but weapons like swords are still just as viable. It's a very fun and exciting series, and with so many people from the Wild Arms team developing Armed Fantasia, you can see that Wild Arms, that kind of DNA is injected into it at every sense. One thing I really hope to see in Armed Fantasia that Wild Arms 2 did really well is the inclusion of tons of optional bosses and content. They mentioned they have a massive world, will give us a world where we can really sink our teeth into it, and I think we'll have a big winner on our hands in terms of longevity and lasting appeal into the future. We can only hope that Armed Fantasia delivers and that the Wild Arms fans hear about it and support it. It would be nice to live in a world where Armed Fantasia becomes a series with many sequels. One only has to listen to the soundtrack that I'm playing here in this video to know that Armed Fantasia is in good hands for anybody who loved Wild Arms, and with these beautiful slick graphics, it could pull in brand new fans as well. Now real quick, we got a lot more to talk about Armed Fantasia. I'm going to break down what we know about the game, etc. But before we get to that, let's hear from today's sponsor, and then we'll talk about Armed Fantasia some more. Now that's a nice shirt, huh? Introducing Into the AM, the most comfortable shirts I have ever owned. I'm serious. Man, the clothing of Into the AM had fast delivery, and I'm so excited to announce that we've partnered up with Into the AM for an exclusive deal for you. My community gets 10% off, and yes, it stacks on top of any other promotions or discounts they have on the website. Check the link in the description down below to get the discount and check out the Nathan Napalm, that's me, my most absolute favorite shirts ever. Bright, beautiful designs. They fit perfect, man. They make you look good. And once you wear one, you'll never want to wear another shirt again. You're just going to want Into the AM all the time. So click the link. It helps the channel when you do purchase off this website using my link, and you're going to get the benefit of the softest, most premium shirts you've ever had. And I'm being serious because, listen, I was a fan of Into the AM before I reached out to him and was like, hey, can we do a little sponsorship? I kind of like your products. Trust me, this is a good one. Click that link, let's go. Armed Fantasia is aiming for the old school JRPG crowd, with the adventure being the spirit that drives the story, it sounds like. But let's talk about all the additional features being added due to Armed Fantasia hitting their stretch goals. We're going to definitely be having a new game plus, additional force breaks, a challenge dungeon, anime intro, background music customization, prologue chapters, survival battles, 3 additional arm types, achievement system, battle arena, treasure map system, additional languages, vehicle racing time attack, more gadgets, costume change system, the bounty system, and much more. The development team that is making Armed Fantasia wants to accomplish things that are confusingly missing in more modern RPGs, but were staples back in the golden era of RPGs. A giant world map to explore, and not just empty terrain to kind of track across. We're talking about filled with activities, kind of world, sights to see, quests to be had, and secrets to be unlocked, and hopefully a lot of optional bosses. And we gotta talk about these graphics. They're stunning, I think. And since it's a spiritual successor to Wild Arms, in my opinion, I think it looks just right with enough detail to kind of keep your eyes peeled open to not miss anything. And it feels like the style Wild Arms was trying to do back in the day with not as good a tech. And to give a little more context to what's going on in the world, there has been an outbreak of creatures called anomalies. No one knows for sure where they are coming from, but many think they are mutations of the native creatures. But why are they mutating? What is responsible for this? Since the anomalies are hostile creatures, there's been a call to arms that they must all be eradicated. Of course, we also get that classic backstory of an ancient civilization that existed some 1,000 years before the story of Armed Fantasia takes place, and that civilization got wiped out, with everything in the world now built on the bones of that old time. There are hints that the technology of the world before was much more advanced, and the world at large is gathering up relics and weapons by excavating ruins to advance forward and fight off the threat from the anomalies. And you can bet you'll be exploring these ruins in your adventure, seeing firsthand the kind of technology long lost to the old world. Many people in the world of Armed Fantasia make a living from scavenging useful parts and materials from the ruins scattered across the world. And since it's a JRPG, I mean, you can pretty much expect to learn some devastatingly ridiculous story plot that links the old world with everything happening in the present, will make you say, oh my goodness, this is crazy! So Armed Fantasia is set to release in 2025 as they finish developing the game, and it looks like it's going to be a great time for all JRPG fans, but to be an especially emotional and exciting time for Wild Arms fans. But it's time for you to take to the comments and let me know what you think about Armed Fantasia, at least so far, and did you play the Wild Arms games in the past? Plan on playing them before Armed Fantasia releases, perhaps? Have you heard of Armed Fantasia? Or is this your first time hearing about it? Let me know all this and more in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe for more content, and until next time, my friends, God bless, and happy gaming. I want to give a very special thank you to the members of Napalm for your contributions month over month in keeping me full-time. You help me pay the bills so I can keep streaming and pumping out content, and I truly appreciate all of you. Thank you so much, and I think you might be interested in becoming a member of the channel. Please click the join button down below the video for more information and join our family. And I want to give an extremely big shout out to the Lords of Napalm: Bounty Code, Jared Woodhouse, Daimlos, Sparrow, Random Rob, Rodney Mom, Gallery Moonsong, What's the Takeaway, Bad Wolf Gaming, Cobalt, William Long, Ohalo, and Robert Deneka. Thank you for your highest tier membership.